It's the last day of the Cannes boat show. We've got to leave in about half an hour to go and catch our flight, but we've just got time to show you another world premiere, the Nimbus 495 Fly. They've been building this sort of stuff for quite a while now, focused on this market. Now they're back building big cruisers. And this is in fact the biggest Nimbus they've ever built. And it's one of the cleverest boats we've looked at this week. It's also pretty remarkable value, 1.65 million euros to this spec, including VAT. There's a lot to show you, so let's get going. You've got a hydraulic bathing platform back here. This will carry a Williams 280 mini jet. You can see the chocks are set into the platform here. It's also got a ladder that will run down into the water as the platform goes down. This is Ecotique. It's already getting quite hot under my feet. You know, it's only around lunchtime here and this is a bit warm, so that's something to bear in mind. You've also got this section here. So with the platform down, you can still walk across the back of the boat. Excellent storage back here as well. We're at a boat show, there's going to be music. I hope it's not too distracting, but you can see here, you've got nice storage here, really good for the ropes. This is storage, and then this as an option, you have a wet bar. Good place to have that, you know, out of the cockpit, so all the, if you're cooking, all the smoke can clear off without being in this area, and connects very well to this area. And you'll notice this frame, we'll come onto that in a second. It's a very practical machine, mooring gear down here, handholds as well, and then your mooring gear up on top of the bulwark is hidden, Ferretti style, underneath this flap. Obviously you've got that on both sides, and then just after that, fuel fillers. Both sides, again, covered, which is quite nice. Into the cockpit. It's got an asymmetric deck layout. What that means is that it's bigger on one side than the other. So you've got a raised side deck over on this side, meaning you can walk really comfortably down the starboard one. We're going to talk about that in a second. Let's just focus on the cockpit for now. So that gives you an L-shaped seating arrangement. Obviously, you've only got access into the cockpit from one side, but that does mean you can push the seating all the way over. So this is a good size. And look at the table as well. Folded out at the moment, of course, but it'll fold in to half in size when you're not using it. Now this is clever. So we've got a frame here because I've just got to find the button. You can fully enclose the aft end of the boat, and you can stop this anywhere in its travel. So you can leave it here if you just want a bit of ventilation, or you can bring it all the way down. This is all controlled through the Bus system, so everything is connected via these screens. You control everything both remotely and through the screens like the one I'm using here. So then with it closed, so you have privacy. It's also a lot quieter as well. And you can, with these curtains, much like the Marex next door, you have these curtain covers so you can fully enclose this area really easily. That's pretty novel. They designed this for this boat. I've not seen sort of an enclosable aft end. You have blinds often, but not glass. So obviously that really extends your living area, makes you an extra saloon space when the weather's not so good. Let's stay on deck and then we'll head inside after that. So I'll go up forward to starboard because I want to show you this side deck. Very, very easy. Think about the size of this boat, you know, around 15 metres. Usually you're up on a side deck, but this feels much more walk around. How tall are these? And really lovely big guardrails, easy to hang the fenders and very safe to move around. Often a boat like this will be run by a couple, so they're going to be crewing themselves and it's very easy to do so. And look, my favourite thing, a side door right next to what is a very, very large helm door. So getting off this boat, if you're berthing it from down here, you can be out of the helm and off the boat in seconds. And this is a clever mechanism. You can see it's a pocket door. If it didn't do this and go into this recess, it would be in the way, but it tucks into the side and then you can pop it up and it closes like that. Brilliant bit of design. You've got your water tanks here and a drain, so stuff can drain away, but that's all underneath this lovely stainless steel plate. I hope you're enjoying this tour so far. Please give the video a like if you are, and remember to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you're notified every time we upload a new video. Right, on with the tour. Up to the foredeck. More great practical stuff. You've got pop-up lights here on both sides. And then underneath here, on both sides again, storage. Great for the ropes. You can see we've got covers in there. You have them on either side as well, so very easy to stash stuff away. The table obviously is a nice feature. There's a forward ladder as well. This being a Scandinavian boat, you've got to have a forward ladder so you can get off onto the islands. Obviously the anchor's there too, but you can drop a ladder in over the top. Sunbathing space as well, with pop-up backrests. And it's a good perspective here to see the fly and the size of the sunroof. So you've got a flybridge and a sunroof. Not something you see very often, and a good sized sunroof too. And I'm just able to show you here, you have got a port side deck. It's not as good as the starboard one, but still easy enough to walk down. And look at this rail, it runs all the way towards the back of the boat. So yeah, moving down here, pretty easy really. And note as well, the curved glass on both sides. That's lovely. And so when we're in the galley, which we're going to now, you've got a nice view out. So aft galley arrangement, they want to connect it to the cockpit. As I said, they want these to be, one big living space when the weather's bad, hence the window, and when the weather's good. So you can open this up to create a bar, and then you've got the door there, but through another button, through the screen, there, this window slides up. So this is how you close off this area. Door on this side, window on that side. I won't put it all the way up because it's going to take forever, but you can see it goes right up to here. It's quite slow, but it does do a nice job of sealing off this area. The galley is sort of split across both sides, so you've got your sink and a big top-loading freezer there. And then on that side, the fridge is underneath the counter. Nice isotherm fridge with the good stuff in it. And clever place for the washing machine. Sorry, not washing machine, dishwasher as well. Again, for a boat of this size, bearing in mind you're probably going to have 2 to 4 people, that'll do a job of just keeping on top of the washing up. This is nice as well. The practical stuff is so clever. There's hooks all over this boat, tea towels, clothing, whatever, just a useful thing to have. They're downstairs as well, but if I push this button here, then you pop the deck up, and that is where you find the optional gyro stabilizer, but also a great storage spot as well, and so easy to access it. Love that. Yeah, cooking over on this side, so you've got your induction hob with ventilation over the top, oven below. Moving into the living space, head height is great here, well over 6 foot. It goes down, this is the flybridge obviously above, it does go down over the seating area, but of course you're going to be taking a seat. Lovely table, this opens up and you can twist it to make it so it faces correctly around the table. You can unlock it and twist it into a few different directions, but that obviously opens up and creates what is a really nice dining space. You'll see there's a drop down window there. I can feel the breeze already coming in, so you've got massive ventilation on that side, out back there, and the sunroof, so getting breeze through here is really easy. This squab moves, so you can slide this and bring it over to the table, and down here as well you've got a bit of extra cooling. Obviously the under-counter fridge isn't enormous, so it's helpful to have a little bit more down there. The TV pops up from behind this panel here. And then we'll cover the helm in a second, but I want to show you this area because I really like this design. These forward seating areas are great, but they've just gone the extra mile with things like the storage under here. They're on quite powerful hinges, if you've just seen. And a map light as well, so if you're doing some charting, you've got a light here. And nice to have the Volvo Penta screen down here. Usually these are on the helm, but you've already got 2 big screens on the helm, so you can have this so that essentially the passenger has got exactly the same functionality as the big screens. But you can control the music from here, you can even have the chart up if you want, so you can see where you are, but that's quite nice. And good handhold here, really good place to travel when the boat's on the move. Massive sunroof too, we saw it from outside, but obviously through the screen there you can open this up. So again, talking about ventilation, it's really good. Onto the helm. Really good position, fully adjustable seat, so you can sit pretty comfortably. You've got armrests as well, so it's very much like being in a car. Look at this position. That is so comfortable. Adjustable multifunction wheel as well. Joystick, this is an IPS boat, 480 horsepower per side, so you're topping out at about 28 knots. With a less heavy spec, you could probably crack 30 knots, but it's designed to cruise at 22 to 24, and then at slow speed, obviously, you're using the joystick, but this is just so comfortable, and nice that you can stand too. And you've got the multifunction steering wheel, so buttons around the outside, and look at this, the windscreen wipers are on these. Finally, someone has designed a sensible windscreen stalk for a boat. Not a button you have to press 10 times and guess what the windscreen wiper is going to do. And you've got windscreen wipers on the side as well. You can tell it's a boat to go out in heavy weather when you've got side windscreen wipers. And look how this comes down here. The thrusters are right under my arm, and also the remote controls. Even though the screens are very close, I can control the screens remotely from here. It's a really practical design. The other clever thing is, if I put the bolster up, you can put both the armrests up. I talked about the connection to the helm door. If I'm berthing, I can get out easily, and I can also stand here, use the joystick, look forward, look aft. You've got a joystick up top, of course, and you can have a third one in the cockpit. But this is where I'd be berthing this boat from. Absolutely brilliant position. Let's head downstairs. So the surprises keep on coming, because I think this feels a lot more spacious than you might imagine it to be. We're actually going to start in the master cabin. I think that makes sense. So that's the midships. You're into a little lobby area, because this is where the door is, and then straight into the toilet, which it isn't huge, and obviously the door gobbles up space when it's open, but there is space behind that for a separate shower cubicle, and connects to this cabin. When you first come in, headroom is really, really good. It is restricted over the bed. And drop down here, it's not too bad, but then once you get over to this side, yeah, you're stooping and you're into bed. But the bed is large, and talking to one of the dealers, he was saying that owners like having this here because it's like another bed for a kid. So they can sleep a grandchild or child in here, and you can have the same on the other side as well. So this has got storage and a little seat, but you could have two of these. So you could sleep a couple of kids in here as well if you're boating as a family. Television is mounted up on the wall. There's storage here, but there's an even bigger one over on the opposite side. And this is where you're going to get changed, because this is where the headroom is. But that's large. And there's a safe underneath as well. Come on to the guest cabins. Again, hooks everywhere, so you can hang stuff up. Very handy. The day head is on this side. Another good sized bathroom. And then this is the twin. But this feels like a big twin to me for a boat of this size, or bunk bed anyway. But yeah, the space is impressive in here, and this is set quite low, so there's a reasonable amount of space above the bunk. And again, this cabin's got really good storage. Not hanging space, but decent cupboard space anyway. And then right forward is where you find the VIP, which isn't en suite to the day head. There isn't a door here, but obviously you're very close to it. Excellent headroom in here. You know, no problem with height restriction at all, and very, very bright too. Big hull windows on either side, and not only have you got the hatch overhead, but these forward-facing hatches are really good because they just bring the breeze straight in. If the breeze is on the bow when you're on anchor, that's going to run through the boat really nicely. Nice storage on both sides. This is all finished in nice sort of hard-wearing material, and it's got lips on it as well, so stuff can't slide off. And there's subtle things like, you can see the top of the bed head is tilted forward a bit. That's because that's where they've hidden the air conditioning vent, so you can't see them. Obviously it just pulls away from the bulkhead so the air can come out, but that's all very nicely done. More hooks up here as well. We're going to go to the Flybridge now. Let's head up there. So despite having that enormous sunroof, you've still got a really good sized Flybridge. Bimini is the only option in terms of coverage. You've got quite a traditional looking radar arc. That's pretty old school. You don't see these much these days, but it's really handy because it collapses the Bimini, excuse me, back onto there, and it's all very easy to erect and put down if you want to get some shelter. Big table here, and the table's got a trick, which is, lift this off, the sink's in the middle. That's not something I've seen before. And then you've got a fridge down there. And then the Helm Station. Before we get there, I'll just show you this sun pad. That is clearly sunbathing space, but it's also got a flip up backrest, so it also becomes somewhere that people can sit when the boat's going along, which is nice. And more clever design here, because we've got twin helm seats. Again, the position is excellent. I've got a similar sort of arrangement where everything is right. I can put my arm on the armrest and I can reach these controls, I can reach the joystick. It feels automotive, you know, it's how you should sit when you're driving a boat. You'd raise it up a little bit as well. It's a little bit low, so you have to sit up a bit. But yeah, when the boat's moving along, fabulous position. And you've got the navigator seat, but crucially, space between the two so that you can get out without disturbing each other. Really simple design up there, all finished in dark material, so there's not going to be any glare. And again, your twin MFDs, so you're getting all the same information up here. It's a really good helm position. I think the last place we can check out then is the engine room. In terms of engine room access, you have a switch up. Where's it gone? Switch up there. You can lift up this entire hatch. You can see where these catches are. So this section, you can see the split in the deck comes all the way up for serious access. For day-to-day stuff, there's this still quite big hatch here in the deck. So you can pop that up and then drop down in the engine room. I'll just climb down. Nice little ladder to get you down there. You know, headroom is not good, but you can, get down here pretty easily to inspect everything. It's incredibly neat as well. Very, very tidy down here. Got the generator right aft, IPS pods of course, and then the engines either side, the IPS 650s. But yeah, you're very much clambering around down here. It's sort of what you'd expect on a boat of this size. It is a little bit restricted, but in terms of the ease of day-to-day checks, as an owner running this boat, it's all pretty easy to manage. And the fact that you can open up the whole hatch if you need to work on it, of course, solves your headroom issues pretty quickly. Well, that's it. That is a whistle-stop tour of what is, I think, an incredibly clever boat. We've done this quite quickly, but we are planning to do a sea trial at some point, so that will be our usual in-depth sea trial and review. So subscribe to make sure you don't miss that one. It's a very promising model. They've sold a few already. I'm not surprised. That's the Nimbus 495 Fly, a very quick tour. As I said, we're going to do a more in-depth sea trial, I hope. So subscribe to make sure you don't miss that one. And let me know in the comments below what you think of this boat. I think this is one of the best owner-operator 15 metres I've seen in a little while. Thanks for watching. I'm Jack Haines. This is YachtBuyer.